So I presume that this will be my last garden update, seeing as the weather has been dropping to the low 30s at night, and I can't imagine that any of these flowers will survive that sort of harsh weather. Nevertheless, I'm going to be taking quite a few of my plants back home with me, because I have my indoor garden. So this was my cherry tomato plant, and I cut it back quite harshly. Let me pull that off. Hopefully it'll grow back. I've done this several times already. As you can see, these old cuts here and here, it just becomes very woody and tree-like, and actually I heard that that was a good thing from a guy named Praxis, so I decided to try it out, and it seemed to work this year. I got about 5 or 6 bushels of cherry tomatoes, and I would say a bushel in this case would be about 40 of them. So it was a very successful plant, and I'm going to bring it in for the winter with me because it was just so delicious. Everyone was raving about the taste. These deck flowers are as beautiful as they've ever been. I don't know how they're mustering through this cold weather at night, but there they are. They're very pretty floral things. This is actually a really interesting plant. It doesn't look like much, but these flowers are edible, and they taste exactly like, they're a little bit spicy. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the name of what they taste like, and these leaves can be used in salads as well. Very funny. They're like lily pads, almost. Well, anyway, they're really quite yummy in a salad. And, well, I got my last harvest, or what I presume to be my last harvest. Those are the cherry tomatoes, large tomatoes, and potatoes. I was digging through my plot to make space for the lettuce, and I found these guys. I thought I had picked them all, and one pepper. We had eaten all the rest. I think it's been on there a bit too long, and of course this little pumpkin. I'm going to bring this to my lab at school because we were going to have a Halloween party. These deck flowers are also doing very well. I just watered them. They don't get any water because there's a roof right above them, so I'm really impressed by how drought resistant they are, because they get watered at most once every 2 weeks. But as you can see, I give them a hefty dose of that water, I mean. Anyway, these pumpkins, phallic looking things, have climbed their way up our deck, but it's not looking very good. I mean, I think that this pumpkin patch has pretty much reached an end, and I've put even more compost here, so this is actually the stand that I'm bringing back to the city with me so that I can grow my plants under some grow lights. And this is the grapevine. I'm watering it at the moment. It's like a waterfall. This is my grapevine, and it's worked its way all the way up here, this barrier. When I first started, it was maybe a foot tall, so that's quite good, I think. And these are my pepper plants that I've dug up from the plot over there. They were at least 2.5 feet tall, and I've cut them back, and hopefully they'll survive that. It was, I'd imagine, stressful for them. I was tapping the dirt out of their roots, and I probably broke quite a few of them, so we'll see. I don't have very high hopes, but if just one of them survives, I would consider that a success. I'll replant them next year, and I'd imagine, I mean, this is about as thick as my finger, so I'd imagine that by come next year it would be even thicker. And of course the bees are still very busy pollinating everything. These flowers came out very pretty, I think. And down there I only have little lettuce leaves growing. I've pulled everything out and put it, actually, if you can see just down there, I've put a whole bunch of compost there, and next year I'm going to put a bunch of decorative flowers. So hopefully that'll work out. And I did the same over here. And now next year, I'm going to plant all of these guys up there on that whole trail, so to speak. My father completely destroyed that hill, but he said that I can have that second row up there. So this whole area is going to be mine. So I'd imagine my yield is going to be even better than this year, although I'm very pleased with the success of the garden this year. Anyway, that's it. It's a beautiful sunny day. I don't know if you can see anything. Oop, too bright. And, well, I hope everyone else had a happy gardening year. Bye.